Sounds like a TV show.
Oh,
It sounds like a shitty Netflix show.
dude, Ableton is like music making software.
Oh,
But yeah, I've got it rolling now, so yeah, we're good to go.
okay.
Oh no, we're not good to go. Hold on. This is like an ugly setup in OBS here. I'm trying to like frame it so that it looks okay. But it's just like, my gosh. Now I'm out of the screen. You know what? Hold on. Oh, it's because I did this. There we go.
Are we good?
Almost, I think. This whole thing, bro. This I don't know
I'm
how
trying to
to do
figure out a
this like
computer.
remote. Yeah, I'm not a computer person. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro's unk.
Bro's unk. All right. That looks that looks good enough. Bro, I'm putting this in the podcast too.
What? I was trying to figure out how to
Yeah, bro.
record everything.
I don't even care. I don't like editing either. All right, let's go. Yep, there we go. That's the start of the podcast right there. Luke
Okay.
Maas back again. Real estate
Noah
guru.
Gainey back again. It's no longer like an interview. Our first one was I felt like I was talking 99% of the time because it was sort of like an interview setting.
Yeah, but I
Now,
also like to listen though, so like I like to ask questions and listen, so
yeah, dude, you're a great podcaster. You're great.
podcaster.
Yeah, that's your job title.
I'm also a great salesman, you know?
You are. You're also a great gardener.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, like my hands, dude, like I don't know if you can see my nails. Yeah, you can. I just can't like keep my hands clean doing this job, dude. Like I need like a manicure like every day.
Dude, you're like one of those you've seen those memes where it's like blue collar. I need a blue collar boy.
I guess that's me now, huh?
Yeah, dude, you're a blue collar
No,
boy.
but I still got soft hands. Like my hands are pretty soft.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I've like felt my dad's hands before,
Yeah.
and they're. It
It feels like leather.
feels like a reptile.
No way.
Dude, I swear, it feels like a reptile. But then I felt other like older men's hands, like middle age. I'll say middle age. I don't want to offend my dad, but they're like soft, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like an like a middle aged dude thing to have like these
Yeah.
very strong hands.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
but
though, I think men should have calloused hands.
I don't know. I don't know. I think that, well, maybe I do agree with you. I think that,
Because I think it's part of being a man to do the hard work. You know what I'm saying? In the world, like I think I think every man should like humble himself at least like every once in a while and do something that's like physical labor. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, I guess I agree with you. I was first gonna say no because I'm very careful when I say like people should do this or a man should be this term.
Yeah.
But honestly, like,
I think it's instilled in our DNA for,
yeah,
men to be the hunters and the fighters and women to be the nurturers and the gatherers, you know?
yeah. And I think that men,
And
am I cutting in and out or is that just me?
no, I think
Okay.
it's just the internet connection cuz
Okay.
the Wi-Fi here is terrible, but it just does that sometimes.
Okay. So I think that as a man, or I suppose as a woman too, like I think that you should be doing some sort of exercise in your
Yeah,
life.
I agree
And
with that. I agree with that. I don't think like a woman needs to do like as intense exercise. Um, but definitely like I don't know. I just think of like how things were before we had all these machines and like knowing the history of like even just like a little over 100 years ago, like, before the Industrial Revolution, at least, like that was like the early 1900s. Like, it was just standard for men to do the hard work and women to stay home, take care of the kids, and uh, you know, get food and harvest and um, like do the more household things. And I think that wasn't just like that because it was like a standard at the time. I think it's always kind of been like that. Like it's programmed for women to kind of be a man's side piece. You know what I'm saying? To help out with the things that the man can't do because he's literally physically not there because he's out, literally, metaphorically, and like in the past, literally hunting for food. You know?
Yeah, and vice versa too.
Yeah.
Would you agree? In the same way that like a man needs a woman and a woman needs a man.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because women inherently, I think, uh, have an innate desire for somebody to provide for them because they're not supposed to be doing that work, that hard, intense hunting work that a
Yeah.
man is supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Um, which is why I think, like the feminist movement is actually very like destructive to, um, just like the American family and, um, you know, like the core, uh, what America is made at its core. Like it's really about family. And there's certain movements, not even just the feminist movement, but other movements that are trying to like tear that apart. And yeah, that makes me think about Charlie Kirk actually because he was a really
Yeah.
big advocate for the family and having that core. Um, I don't even know what to call it. Like,
The nuclear family?
yeah,
Is
the
that what you're
nuclear
talking about?
family, like growing up with parents who um, work as a team and who raise their children uh, with integrity and discipline and um, just set a good example for their children. Uh, like, I think that's the most powerful thing that I think that's what makes a nation powerful. You know what I'm saying? It's the little things. It goes all the way down to the nuclear family and um yeah, I don't know. I just thought of Charlie Kirk and I was, man, what do you think about the whole Charlie Kirk situation?
Dude, I saw the video of it.
Did you see the up close one?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my friends who's going to be at the wedding, he's actually in the wedding, lives in Orem, Utah.
Is that where it happened?
Yeah. Yep. It
Wow.
literally happened down the street from where he lives. He
No
wasn't
way.
there. He wasn't there
Did he
at the
hear it?
event, but I mean, yeah, he didn't hear the gunshot, I don't think, but he was definitely there was a bunch of commotion. There was like, I don't know if it was FBI or like SWAT, but they knocked on his door and basically told him
Wow.
to stay inside. And they were just in the streets looking for the shooter.
Yeah, I saw that. My thoughts on it, I think that that should have never happened, and I
You're
don't
right.
think that anything that anybody says, like we have the freedom of speech
Yeah. Yep.
in America,
Yep.
and that is not okay to do something that gruesome, especially when this guy has a family and a wife and is like trying to, whether you agree with him or not, trying to better his community.
Mhm. And it's
And
so it's so obvious that that is his goal too, because I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody like around our age has seen at least a few of his videos or like,
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
watched
Yeah.
something that, and he's really cordial, dude. Like even with the people who radically disagree with him, he is like he never says anything bad to them. He never tries to hurt their feelings. He never tries to like, be this like opposition figure. Like he always was super like forgiving and understanding and dude, it's just so sad to see someone like that get taken out, dude.
What I really don't like about it is that there's so many of these quotes that are being pulled. I don't know if you've seen like the other side.
Mm,
Actually, there's one more important thing that I want to bring up about this whole issue that happened.
mm-hmm,
I think that well, it was just crazy to me how many people that I know were like taking a side. And to be completely honest with you, like a lot of people on the right that I know, whether it be like people that were posting on their story or like the left is like supporting this and the left thinks this is like okay. And
mm-hmm,
when I get went on Instagram after this and looked at like everybody I follow,
mm-hmm,
like I would say probably 50% of the people I know are Democrats, 50% are on the right, right?
mm-hmm,
Like anybody. And I just was kind of going through people's stories, and nobody on the left said that that was okay.
mm.
But then I saw the amount, so many people on the right saying, "Oh my gosh, the left is saying that this is okay and that he deserved this."
Yeah, I can't say that I personally saw anybody. Well, I actually did see a few people who basically were like saying that they don't feel bad for him because he got what was coming for him because of the
Right.
things that he would say. And I was like, I don't think that's I don't think that's right to even say, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I think that if I know there's theories about like other governments did that to try to polarize us even more as a country. But to be honest with you, I think that most people agreed that that was not okay.
Yeah, no, I think
90
you're right.
I would say 98% of people.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you're probably right there, but I also think that a part of those people who still don't even think it was okay are kind of still um in a different way okay with the fact that he's not going to be a big voice on the right anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
that's
I
sad
definitely
even.
did see some people that were saying it's not okay, but,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's what I was gonna talk about is people that are, like, bringing up all these quotes that I saw, um, and listen, I saw maybe a few shorts of the guy.
Mhm.
I wasn't, like, a
Dude,
fan.
I would watch him quite often because I just like thought he was really like inspirational and just the things that he would say in front of all those people and like have the courage to do that
Very
inspired me.
courageous person.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah. But like I was saying, the quotes that people would bring up, I just think that's a problem with everything, is that people will take these quotes or these short videos and just pull them completely out of context
Mm.
and
Yeah.
then try to put the blame on somebody. And
Yeah.
I see that so often
Yeah.
in so many different fields, like in the business community, in the, like, self-improvement community, and I think it's probably the biggest in the political community,
Mhm.
is that people will take these little out of context things and then just
Yeah, yeah, and
blast this
I
everywhere.
think it's sad too because I think that happened to Charlie Kirk all the time, you know?
Absolutely,
Like
absolutely.
and I think like he was probably he had so much content and he would do these like, you know, sessions at universities for hours, like 200 days a year, more than that even. And so he had so much like video content of him speaking, and I think a lot of people saw the little sound bites and just hated him because of those little tiny clips that
Mm.
he might have even like in all that time that you're speaking to college students. I don't think he even misspoke often. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he um even like said something that uh wasn't actually true, or he didn't actually believe, or he um you know might have in a way kind of lost his ground on, if you want to say that. I don't think he did that often, and um I think there was so many times where he was speaking on something that might have in like the couple sentences that they capture sounded a little bit like out of pocket or like radical, but in the entire context of the entire like conversation that he would be having with the person, it actually made a lot of sense.
Yeah, I agree. I think I just think that I've just seen it happen so many times, and the worst part is, like, I have definitely fallen victim to that. I have definitely seen videos of people that I don't even know, and I see a
Hmm.
video, I'm like, "Wow, how could you say that?" Or, "That's awful,"
Yeah, yeah, definitely, and
without realizing that, like, it's completely out of context.
hmm and that's one thing that I think this conversation could go in so many ways, but that's one thing that I think is really also really destructive to like the coming generation is like the information being so sporadic and incomplete all the time with everything that we're seeing on social media, and just like the way we pick up media, even which is like mainly through social media, and it's just scrolling through these videos, and it's like one after another so fast that you can't even digest the thing that you just saw before you're on to the next like fourth post, you know? Like you're four posts down and you still don't understand what the first post you saw when you logged onto Instagram meant. You didn't even get the context, you didn't really understand it. Everything's so surface level, and it's terrible, dude. And so,
I I am worried about the next generation. Like, I think that there's gonna be problems,
mhm.
but I also think that a lot of people in the generation above us, what would that be? Like
The generation above me
what,
is
millennials?
millennials.
Right.
The generation below us is Gen
Gen
X,
Z,
or no,
X, yeah, alpha,
X?
alpha,
Gen
alpha.
Alpha, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it is. Um,
because it's Gen X, millennial, Gen Z. You're Gen Z, right?
I am, yeah, I'm Gen Z. I'm a Zoomer.
You're a Zoomer. I'm a
Yeah,
Zoomer too, bro. We're Zoomies. We're Zoom
Zoomies.
buddies. No, but I I think there's things that I'm worried about, but when isn't there? When isn't the generation above looking down on the generation below? It's happened all throughout
Yeah.
time and history. I mean, people were looking at me and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna have no attention sp—" Like, I remember
Wow.
teachers being like, you know, just not thinking I was gonna be anywhere
Mm.
because I was just always messing around, and
Uh, yeah, yeah, and
nobody really knows, like, where it's gonna end up. I mean, think about how much people hate on millennials, and then look where we are now. I mean, obviously, we're not in a perfect world, but, like, we are in a world where I'm able to, like, sit in my own apartment right now and talk to you,
yeah.
which is such a it's from the hard work of the people that grew up above us.
Mhm.
Like, my dad is a millennial and very successful person, and I am Gen Z, and I'm also very successful and obviously still growing.
Your dad's a
You are Gen
millennial?
Z. What?
Your dad's a millennial?
Yeah, he's young, bro.
Dang.
He's like 40,
Really?
41 maybe. Yeah, 42 maybe. I don't know. In
Dang.
the young 40s. I think he's 41.
Hmm. So yeah,
Dude,
he
isn't
probably
that
is a
wild
millennial.
though?
Yeah, that is wild.
My mom is young too. She's like 46 or something like that.
Wow. When did they have you? I guess
Probably
that's
like
19
I
years
was like
ago.
0 at the time.
I was like, I don't know, bro. I was 0.
I don't remember, bro. I just it was like really dark. No, I'm kidding. No, I think my dad was 19 when he met my mom, and my brother was I think 3, and then 2 years later they had me. So my dad was 21.
Dang,
That's,
really?
wait, what's 21 plus 19? 40. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was like
That's
21.
crazy.
Yeah.
There's a new generation. It's called Generation Beta.
Beta, they're gonna be a bunch of betas, bro.
That's the way it's looking as of right now. Sadly.
Are there
Dude,
people in
you
there's
know
no betas that are alive, right?
what?
When does Gen Beta start?
2025.
Oh, so this year
Yeah.
is Gen Beta?
So yeah, there's been a bunch of betas born.
Wow.
Dude, but you know
Bunch
what's
of
crazy?
losers.
Have you ever seen a picture of like your grandparent when they were in high school or like in
Yeah.
college? They looked way older, did they not? Like they looked way older than like I saw a picture of my grandfather when he was a high school senior or maybe he was a college freshman and he looked like he was like 30. Have you
Yeah.
noticed that? Like and if you look back on these times and look back at people's pictures during these times, they're the age like say that I am now, but they look vastly older than I look right now. And I think there's something to
Yeah.
that. I think it also like the studies of like boys and young men having like significantly lower levels of testosterone.
Yeah.
Um, that's another topic we could talk about.
I would love to talk about testosterone.
Yeah, but it seems like it's like oh my gosh, I keep pulling up this window to search something,
Hold
and
up,
then
let
I
me
keep
say
deleting
something
it.
while you're doing that.
What?
Speaking of testosterone, I won't name who this is, but I know somebody that is thinking about taking a steroid.
A steroid like to boost testosterone?
Not it's not testosterone, but it's to basically to get bigger.
Really?
Yeah,
I just think that's really unnatural and unhealthy. It says
agreed.
men today have significantly lower levels of testosterone than men of the same age 50 years ago, based on a secular trend observed in multiple studies. Researchers have determined this is independent of age and is of more significant than natural drop in testosterone that occurs with individual aging.
Okay, let's drop some theories on why this is.
I think one major one is because of the um, rise of, I think in general, easier communication, quicker communication. I think because of this, the world has built an interweb to where we have stopped traveling as much, we have stopped doing as much hard work, and we have stopped. Hard work is in physical labor, and I feel like we've become generally because of this more like sedentary,
Hmm.
especially after the invention and uh like marketing of the television.
Hmm. I think that that's a big part of it because do you know the definition of sedentary?
I mean, as far as I know, it just means like staying still.
It's below 5,000 steps a day.
Oh, okay.
If you
Sedentary.
if you look at
Yeah,
my
spending as
steps,
much time seated, somewhat inactive.
if you look at my step, I have the fitness tracker, right?
Yeah, me too.
Oh, sweet, you got the Fitbit
Yeah, the Fitbit, the
or
BitFit.
the Bifit. So if you were to guess what my average steps have been the past month, what would you guess?
Well, dang, if you've been taking all those calls, probably like 8,000.
It's bad. It's
No, 4,000?
really, really bad.
4,000?
4,800.
No, dude, I've been hitting like 20,000 every day
So,
because
by
of
the way,
this. It's because of
that's
this
insane.
landscaping job that
20,000
I'm.
is amazing, but that's crazy that you're able to do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just because of the job that I'm working. Like I never would hit 20,000 on a regular basis like this.
Well,
Like
that's the
no.
problem. That's
Well,
the problem.
when I was serving, I guess I
Serving,
kind of
you get a
was.
lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, so if you were to go back to when I was in school, my steps were probably like 10 to 15,000 a day.
10 to 15.
And then when I stopped and got into real estate, I would say I was probably around like 8,000, 10,000.
Mm.
And then I started serving for like a chunk of time. My
At the
steps were
Finch?
like 11,000.
You're
What?
talking about the period at the Finch?
Yeah, the Finch and Luogo, like I was at like 10 to 12,000 probably.
Yeah.
And now for the past like what I've been full time for 2, 3 months, I have been doing like 4,800 a day on average because and I think that's part of the problem that testosterone is dropping is that kids aren't getting enough steps and not exercising enough. But I think the biggest factor, and I think it's from social media, and if you look at what is the highest leverage thing I can do to increase my testosterone? Sleep.
Yeah.
That's the
Like
number
consistent
one
sleep.
thing. Getting good sleep is the number one thing you can do to increase your testosterone. And I think just based on like me being in high school, I remember, and like all my friends at the time, which most of my friends still do this, is scrolling on Instagram all night. And then you have to get up at, 6 or 7 a.m. to like go to college or go to school or go to your job. And you just spend all this time scrolling
Right.
and you're not getting any sleep and then you're not getting as much exercise. And then also not to mention the food system being riddled with processed sugar, processed carbs,
Mhm.
and and glyphosate, which is just wrecking our hormones completely.
Yeah, and I think um I'm trying to look this up right here. Like what exactly is the most significant contributor to testosterone? Like what affects testosterone the best or the most? And I'm finding exercise, stress, um I'm finding sleep and diet. It says
Yeah.
consume oysters. Oysters are rich in zinc.
Oysters.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I believe that.
It says, dude, but I think exercise and lifting heavy things specifically, I think is probably the most effective way to increase testosterone for us males.
I
I think that we were born to lift heavy things. And when we don't do it, then we turn more into a female or a beta.
or a beta or a 2025er.
Yeah, or a 2025.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, but I find that hard to believe. Let me do my own research here.
I think I mean I think it's a like a kind of like cauldron of all of it, you know. But I think that
Yeah, no, I agree. Like if you think about how bad the average American is now, like what that day looks like. Like it's full of fast food, bad sleep,
it's terrible, dude. It's so
and
sad.
stress
Yeah,
and
stress. People are
what's the
stressed
other
out,
one?
dude. People are
And not exercising.
people are more stressed out than they've been in a long time. Actually, let me look that up.
Oh, obesity is the highest thing. Obesity is the highest reason. Higher body fat lowers testosterone. That's the number one thing.
More people are
Wow.
becoming obese. We're
I
eating
mean,
way too much sugar, way too much salt, and way too many carbs.
wow. Obesity, yeah, sedentary lifestyles, sleep and stress. Wow. And then
Yeah.
like it says microplastics and diet and then
Another
medical
thing,
issues.
as we're talking about this, that I remembered, I think I heard it like on Joe Rogan or something, but um,
Joe Rogan.
yeah, I searched it up and uh, it says that studies show a significant correlation between higher quadriceps, which is your thigh muscle strength, and increased life expectancy and lower mortality risk, particularly in older adults, of course. But like when we keep our bodies strong and we continue to lift those heavy things and we keep our bodies used to that, we live longer as well.
Yeah.
I think it's I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
think
something that seems like it's a really good thing to keep it in our lives. And I think not only from like a physical standpoint, but also from an emotional standpoint and a mental standpoint and even a spiritual standpoint, it's good to like overcome that little thing on like a daily or multi weekly, whatever you want to call it, basis. Like you have to do it multiple times every week. What were you gonna
yeah.
say?
I don't remember, but I don't think that I mean people realize how much exercise we're supposed to do as humans.
Yeah, I think we're made for it, and in America we don't really do it,
Oh, I
and
remember what I was gonna say.
we don't really have any need to. That's the thing. They've taken that away. There's
Well,
no
here's one thing about people being worried about our generation. Our generation is like getting in the gym. Like there's this trend and movement to get into the gym.
I've seen it. I've seen it a little bit, but
I've seen it. I think that I mean the world goes like this. We're on like a pendulum,
uh
and
kind of goes in
like
circles.
we've talked about this,
Yeah.
where it's like you have different things on each side. It goes from politically left and right. It goes religiously left and right. It goes um, culturally left and right. And I'm seeing a big movement of people getting into the gym, like just personally, like the amount of people that I know and have known that that see me and ask for advice and if they can go to the gym with me. Like that was such a big thing when I was in school,
Yeah.
and like I volunteer at this summer camp, and like basically like you're basically like a camp counselor for these like younger kids, and the amount of people that are asking like about, how do I get into the gym and like wanting to better themselves physically and be healthier is massive, in my opinion. I think that's one thing that people overlook a lot in older generations. In fact, I think that millennials are going to go down in history as the most unhealthy generation,
Really?
at least within the next 50 to 100 years. I do think so. Because
I
if you
could
think
see
about
that.
it, maybe millennials, maybe Gen X, but like the problem is that at first when all of this processed food started coming into people's lives, they like you didn't know about the side effects at first. Nobody knew about it, so they were just eating it and not thinking about it. And
Yeah.
now like our generation is now we know about that, and we know that how big of a problem obesity
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So many people are starting to
I
get in the gym.
yeah, I agree that there's definitely a kind of awakening happening as far as health in our generation. I think people are being a lot more particular about their diets. Maybe not a lot more, but definitely more particular. And people are being more aware of the fact that they actually need to get up and move around, which is a good thing. I also wanted to, because I had this pulled up, I searched stress levels over the past 100 years. And um, it looks like there's definitely a spike of anxiety and a spike of um, uncertainty. People aren't as sure of themselves. Um,
I feel that for sure.
yeah, it says particularly societal changes. Modern life presents a constant barrage of information and demands, which increase psychological pressure. Economic uncertainty. Yeah, there's so many. There's all this fear mongering about the government and the Fed and uh, the GDP, which is crazy, dude. It's like
Well, the thing is that these problems were still problems. We
they've
weren't
been
exposed to it
problems since the Louisiana Purchase.
for real. But the
Literally,
thing
we've
is,
been in debt
people,
since the Louisiana Purchase.
and that's the thing is like people are just freaked out about it because of the amount of exposure that's put on it. People
Yeah.
are freaking out about the politics because of how much they see it. Like the same things happen time and time again.
Mhm.
We're just humans.
Yeah, and mhm. It's just like there's a constant overstimulation of
Yeah.
information in today's world, and it just causes people to freak out because they have no grounding, dude. They have no oh my gosh, dude. This is why I became a Christian. This is or not a I don't even like to call myself a Christian. I like to call myself a follower of Jesus, but there's no other peace. There's no other peace. You can't find peace anywhere else. You're just constantly going to be thinking about something else. There's no way to ground yourself other than in our creator.
I disagree with that, dude.
No. I mean,
I
maybe
know.
maybe you'll make it a few years. But you're gonna have to ask these questions. What do you think
I've
happens
asked
after
the
you die?
questions. We've
I
had
know,
this
but what do you think
conversation.
happens after you die?
I don't know, dude. We talked about this. We
Oh,
talked about this. I don't know. I don't know what happens.
can't
Um,
know. That's what you say, huh?
what?
You say you can't know. Isn't that unsettling to you though? Like, what if you died tomorrow?
Then I'd be dead, dude. I like obviously I don't want it to happen,
But you don't
but there's
think
no
you don't think your soul would go somewhere? You don't think that it's
soul like I'm a brain, dude. Like what are you talking about?
you don't think that we're any different from like dogs?
I think that we're different. I think we're way more intelligent than dogs. The deep breath, bro.
But hold
No,
on.
here's the thing though. I at least want to share with the viewers my perspective on this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I think that one thing that's good about our conversations is we agree on a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
we also have some differences.
Yeah.
So we don't have to like debate about it, but I think that it's important that we still have different perspectives on things.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that the world would be a better place if everybody agreed on everything. Would you agree with that?
Um I think everybody just has to agree on one thing and the world would be a better place.
Like I said, I think that if everybody was Christian, I think that the world would be a better place.
Yeah, we talked about
But
that.
that doesn't make me believe it.
Mhm.
You know?
I
But
actually I saw a clip of Alex Hormozzi talking about his fall
Mosey,
away from Christianity,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and uh, and he had a good point, and um, like it didn't sway me, but I understood where he was coming from. He was basically saying that it seemed like Christianity was binary, like if you believe, then you go to heaven. If you don't believe, then you go to hell. Like choose one or the other. And he was basically saying like, well, how much do you have to believe? Because it seems like to me that it's more on like a scale than it is
yeah. He doesn't
binary.
believe in black and white.
Yeah.
It's not like how it's not like are you confident or are you not confident? It's how confident are you?
Yeah.
For another example. So just the
Yeah.
fact that there are no binaries in this life and you can't ask are you or are you not, you have to ask how much.
Mhm. But
I know the podcast you're talking about, but continue.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But what I was gonna say is, I don't think it's about how much you believe. I think I journaled about this actually. I think because in the Bible, there's a verse that Jesus says, in order to enter my kingdom, something along these lines, all you need is a mustard seed of faith. And a mustard seed's like the smallest seed that there is.
Yeah.
And so I think, like for me, what transformed me was that I didn't believe, but I still just, even though I didn't believe, I just said the words. Like I just said, like, thank you, Jesus.
So do you think that that helped you understand what Alex means?
Yeah, yeah,
I'll be honest with you, like when I heard him say that, I would say that Alex Hormozy is a contributing factor that I don't believe in Jesus or God or the Bible,
mm,
but not his reasons that he doesn't believe in God are not in any way the reasons that I don't. I don't think that his reasoning in that perspective it didn't make sense to me. It sounds like it made more sense to you in the sense that you understand what he's trying to get across. I remember hearing that and being like, what are you talking about? But I will say that he influenced the way that I see the world.
so
And that is a yeah, so I have an idea of how I see the world, and I think that Christians, if I were to make a generalization, have a way of seeing the world as well. So it's like this this is how I see the world, and I think since I'm grounded to that belief and I believe in it,
so how do you see the
God
world?
is
Like explain that.
like what I mean by seeing the world.
Yeah. You think I'll let you
I
let
think
you speak.
what I mean by how do I see the world I don't think I could give a definition, but I can give an example. So, like, there's these different worldviews. You could have Christianity, um, Catholicism, and then go down with every single denomination. You could say um, Jewish. You could say nihilism. You could say agnostic. When I say the way that I see the world, I mean, what are the answers to the big questions? And the big questions are, why are we here? What are we doing here? How did we get here? And
Mm-hmm.
what happens after we die?
Yeah.
Which are the big questions. What's the purpose of life?
Yeah.
When I say this is how I see the world, there's all these different worldviews, the agnostic, nihilism, Christianity, that have these different answers to these big questions in life. And for being a not agnostic, the answer is I have no idea, but I'm going to just live my life right now while I have the time and not worry about these big questions. And then nihilism would be like we're all going to die in 2 million
But
years.
okay, so
Earth is going to be
what
dust.
exactly? So here's the thing. Do you want to have kids one day?
Of course.
And so by what moral compass would you raise your children?
What do you mean by moral
What
compass?
by what morals? Like what morals would you want to instill in your children? What would you want them to carry with them that is good? What would you say like where would you get those good things from? Would it just be personal experience or would it be like hearing what other people have done that's worked or
I I'm going to give you the quick answer is that I can't answer that question because but I can answer what you mean by that. So my kids can believe what they want. I don't care. They are. I think it is an awful thing that parents have kids for themselves. The reason they have kids is to benefit their own life, and they exert this control over them over their entire life. I think that when you have a baby that is an individual person separate from you, you don't own that person, you don't have any control over that person in
I would agree with you.
any way. I don't think you should.
Yeah, definitely.
And so what I will do is I can teach my kids lessons if they're open to it on things that I have learned in my life experiences, mistakes that I've made, things I've learned from other people, and I can help guide them if they want to take a similar path to me in life. But if they find something else they want to do, that's their choosing.
Hmm.
I don't, I think that one of the biggest problems, and I mean, I'm so passionate about this because I felt this and I still feel this, is that there's a control that parents want to have over you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they want you to live a certain way. But I could not disagree with that more. And
Yeah.
I felt that. That's why I'm so passionate about it because I felt how that feels to be controlled
Yeah.
and wanting you to live your life a certain way.
Yeah.
And
So
I think this
you're wanting
really
to
goes
be more like
forgive me for
laissez-faire with your parenting.
I think this goes hand in hand with weirdly the abortion debate. Is that this person is an individual human. But that's my last connection. Go ahead.
So you're basically saying that you're going to be more hands-off with your parenting and you're going to kind of let your kid experience things and decide for themselves what they want to do with it.
And I'll lead by example, not by telling them what to do. That's what a good leader does. That's how kids learn. Psychologically, the amount of studies that have been done on that, kids learn by example, and I've seen it
Yeah,
happen.
definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the number one way that we learn is it's like monkey see, monkey do, especially with children. Um, but I think we run into a problem when like your kids are still babies. You know what I'm saying? I when they don't have the ability to yet decide things for themselves. When you know they the very beginning of their lives, when they first beginning act interacting with like other uh like toddlers or little children, like what is going to be, how are you gonna lead them at that point in their life where they actually don't know how to actually make a decision yet or what they actually want to do, because they're going to act off instinct if you just leave them be, you know?
Before they can speak at that stage? Like what ages are you saying?
When they're very young, yeah. When they can speak but barely. And maybe
I
they're
think at
like,
that point, the decisions that they have to be making,
because,
like, I'll teach them how to read. I'll teach them how to, you know,
and how are you going to do that?
do simple math. I'll teach them how to eat food.
Yeah.
I'll give them food,
Yeah.
you know? So how am I gonna do that? Is that your question?
Yeah, like are you going to like read to them, or are you going to like try to help them read, or I don't know. Like what does that picture look like? And this is something I'm thinking about myself too, because like especially at our age, it's important to start thinking about these things because um we want to be prepared for that moment. Um hmm. But like for me, I guess I'll say like there's so much value in the Bible and in God's word surrounding these ideas and these things that we're going to do one day. And I feel like when you don't have that leading you, it causes trauma for a child, because for instance, like my parents, like it's not like by any means they were bad parents, but at the same time, I don't they didn't use the Bible as their cornerstone of parenting. And I'm not saying that using the Bible as your cornerstone makes you a perfect parent, because we can't be perfect, but um I do think that there was something always missing, um especially with the way that my father handled things, like, and I don't want to like get too deep into it, but um I just think that especially as a young child, like I could have had more support, more attention, and more direction, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I could have hmm, maybe as a parent you're supposed to be like a mentor, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like if the way we're parenting, and I think this is like actually a big problem in today's world, where parents kind of let their kids just do whatever they want, and they're almost like friends with their kids, you know? In that way where they're kind of just like, you know, they just want their kid to have whatever they want, and they want their kid to have fun and enjoy life, but like discipline has been like thrown out the window. and and it's hard to discipline a kid because they don't want to listen, you know? They don't want they don't want structure naturally. They just want to do what they want all the time. And it's creating this generation of people where they're becoming grown adults, and They still have that mentality where they think they can do whatever they want all the time. That's why there's like so many problems in these big cities with crime, and so many big cities just being like weak on crime. Like, this is like a big picture idea, but people think that they can do whatever they want and get away with it. Like, there's so much that it has been happening really like since the pandemic, where there's been a lot I feel like a lot more violent crime politicized, at least. And all that starts with raising a child.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it's hard because, like, how do you get these ideas across to people if they don't want to receive them? Because a lot of people, like I just said, like, a lot of people just want to do what they want. A lot of people don't want to follow somebody else's word, somebody else's uh mentoring, or their understanding of things, because people always think they're right, and people always think that whatever they can think about to do is the best thing, and it's like a whole thing of like, follow your heart and that's what's right. But I don't think that's actually right.
I agree.
Hmm.
I agree in a different way that I think you mean by that. Think that humans have a tendency to do what they like doing and are good at. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, but at the same time, discipline needs to be involved, because I think
Yeah, I
self-discipline
do.
is one of like the, well, in the Bible, self-discipline is literally one of the fruits of the spirit, of receiving God in your heart. But that's to say also that it's one of the core elements to what makes a good human being.
I think of discipline in a different way than I think you do.
What is that?
I will still discipline. Well, okay, let's think about this in a Catholic setting because I'm familiar with this.
Hmm.
In what way does God, a leader, right, a perfect leader, punish you and discipline you in your life? Not like we're not talking about post life.
What way does he discipline me? That's hard to say, because I think it's very dependent on the situation, because God has grace and mercy.
Well, what I'm trying to get at is that there is an there's a system of incentives, of hypothetical incentives, right? And for example, in the Catholic, like when you do Catholic faith, when you do something wrong, you have to confess, and there's no
Yeah.
discipline with confessing.
Yeah. Which is, yeah, repentance in the Protestant world.
Correct.
But everybody's called to repent regardless.
Right. So I think that on a large scale, discipline is used. For example, the penal system, which is a funny word by the way,
Hmm.
is used like discipline and like the hypothetical risk of doing what you're about to do is definitely at play. But on a small scale, I think that when you have proximity to the when I have proximity to a child or like my kid,
Yeah.
I don't think that discipline in the conventional way of, like, sit in timeout or I'm gonna hit slap you is like, what is your thoughts of discipline? Like, other than, like, the conventional ways of discipline are go stand in timeout, I'm gonna take your phone away, go to your room, and slapping, which I think none of those I think all of those are similar to prison, where you're
I,
stripping somebody away from their rights, and the prison system obviously is not working.
mm-hmm.
80, 90% of people that go to prison once are in there again.
Yeah.
I don't think that discipline in that sense is beneficial in any way.
So you're
And
talking about discipline as in punishment. I'm
yeah,
talking about
what do you say?
discipline as in a like kind of self-respect, kind of like a it's like limiting yourself from doing the things that you might want to do that are actually bad for you so that you can have the freedom to experience the joy of either withholding from that thing that you shouldn't do or doing that thing that you don't want to do that actually is bringing you a reward. And usually those things come hand in hand. Like it's like I have the choice to either sleep in this morning and miss work and
Mm.
not go to work and then just wake up late and then, suffer the consequences, or I can sacrifice the next couple hours of sleep to get up and actually work and get paid and provide. That kind of self discipline. Because some people don't even have that, you know what I'm saying?
I agree. I totally agree with on that. When we bring it back to to disciplining your kids, when you
Yeah.
ask me about disciplining children, what is your idea of disciplining children? How are
Okay.
you
Well, I
you
think that starts with, like you said, leading by example. I think getting up early and, for instance, uh, providing in some way for the family, like making breakfast or, um, you know, starting your day with a run or
Okay, so
you see what I'm saying? Like showing that you yourself have that discipline to do the things that are hard and actually create a good life for yourself so that your children can reflect that. And oh, also I'll speak. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just saying we agree on this. I think I just misunderstood. I thought you were
Talking about punishing.
yeah, like I thought you were talking about disciplining your children.
Yeah. No, and I think that is what I just said is a way of disciplining your children, as in showing them what discipline actually is and them
Okay.
being able to follow it. But also, I was also going to speak on the like punishment part of discipline, which I think for a lot of parents is probably timeout. And also, um, by the way, Jordan Peterson has some really good
Hmm.
uh, ideas surrounding this whole situation because he, uh, has done a lot of research on early development and child life and parenting. Um, but um, yeah, so like punishing or I would say like disciplining your child. They say they did something that they weren't supposed to do. Doesn't matter what it was. I think the the best way to go about it. I think it's really circumstantial as well. Like it depends on the situation, but you have to help the child truly understand somehow that what they did was harmful to someone else or the environment or their own self so that they don't do it again. Also, I remember Jordan Peterson speaking on uh, this thing one time where it was like, say a baby is trying to stick his fingers in in the outlet, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
something that babies do. That's why you have those outlet plugger things. But he's trying to stick his fingers in the outlet, and that's actually a bad thing to do. That's going to harm the kid. So you don't want them to do that, and they don't know the difference because they don't know it's going to shock them. So basically, he was like, when the child begins to crawl over to the outlet, you just grab his leg, and he's going to start crying. And you say no, and he's going to start crying and throwing a fit because he can't get over to the outlet. You just hold his leg until he stops crying. Well, he's going to forget about it eventually because that's how children work. You know what I'm saying? They're so narrow minded, and their focus is always on only one thing at a time. And so the next time the child tries to do it, you grab their leg again and say, no, no, no. And the child starts crying. But after, a week or two of that, then the child's just going to get upset and then forget about it in a shorter period of time. And slowly it gets to the point where you say no and the kid automatically stops. They don't throw a fit anymore. They just stop because they know that you said no and they have to obey that. And eventually it gets to the point, I think he said after like 3 or 4 weeks, where the child just doesn't even think to do it anymore because he knows that the response he will get from that is no. So it's like programmed in his subconscious somehow not to go over and stick his finger in the outlet. He doesn't even think about it anymore. He's disciplined in that way. But it's like, because I'm thinking also about children who might be a little bit older, who might be interacting with other children and playing with other children. So it's like, say my son goes up and hits some little girl across the head with like a toy axe or something. Like something like that. Like what do you do in that situation? Because that was like pretty like radical, dude. Like you just smacked her with an axe. Like you shouldn't do that, dude. So it's like in those situations, how do you handle that? Um, I don't know. How would I handle that? I don't know, to be honest. But
It's a really hard, yeah, yeah. When are you, I can't believe I've never asked you this, but I assume you want to have kids, right?
yeah,
You and Julie.
definitely.
When?
Um, I mean, me and Julia have talked about this, but probably sometime within the next 3 years.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
How old is she?
She's 25. Well, about to be 25 in February. She's 24.
Oh, yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah, that's when we want to have our first child. When I'm probably about 26.
You got baby names in mind?
We do actually.
Let me hear them.
Should I reveal them on the podcast? I don't know.
What are they? Oh, are they secret?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
I
okay.
will say that one of the names for a girl is like near and dear to me because it was my grandmother's middle name is Opal.
Opal.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's like that app. You ever seen that app, Opal?
No, I haven't.
Really?
Uh-uh.
It's the one that like controls your screen time and doesn't let you
Really?
screen. It's kind of fitting, actually.
Really? No, I've actually built that self-discipline with my phone. And I'm very it feels so good to not be distracted and attached to my phone. Um because I had a period of, I don't know, it was probably almost the last entire month where I didn't have any social media apps on my phone, and like I literally only used it to like call people, text people, and like I've been playing Clash Royale on my phone,
Oh,
but and read the Bible and then do like research and stuff um on Google, and then of course like scheduling. Like there's a lot of things you can do besides like waste your time on your phone.
Yeah, it's
Also,
so useful.
I was thinking about um like whether I actually wanted to keep Clash Royale on my phone because like it's actually a really fun game.
I used to
But
play it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, dude, in high school I was a nerd. But I was like, dang, dude, like this is actually like a really good strategy game. Like it's genuinely challenging when you go up against somebody who's good, you know? So you have to like I think it works my brain in actually a good way. You know, just even if like it's like
Bro,
for
making
30
any
minutes a
excuse to
day.
play Clash Royale.
It's not like I'm playing it for like 5 hours a day.
It is fun though.
Yeah, I
Dude, I
did in
used
high
to
school, dude. I
love
would play
that
for
game.
like at least 2 hours a day.
What league were you?
What league?
Yeah. I don't remember, dude. I don't really know
Are
what
you
I was.
talking about Clash of Clans or Clash Royale?
Clash Royale.
Well, I
Or
was,
maybe it's not, maybe it's rank.
yeah, I think,
I was in the champ. I was in like, I was above like the maps for sure. I was in like the swords and stuff.
honestly, I've only been playing it for like the past few days, probably like the past week, but I don't even know how it works anymore. They added so many new things to it that I don't understand it anymore. So I'm in Arena 14.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't want to talk about this. I'll want to download it again. I can't.
Dude, it's fun. You should play with me and my brother.
Dude, this is like this is like how people get on drugs, bro.
Oh my god.
Dude, it's so good. You should smoke up with us on Saturday, me and my brother.
Oh, that's not what I'm telling you to do.
I can't, dude. I can't do games, bro. I can't do it. In
Why? You
fact,
get too hooked?
I haven't played, dude. I haven't played since I was 17.
Why does it actually sound like a drug addiction? Like when we're talking about this, like,
Dude,
dude,
because I don't
I
even
haven't
want to
done that
talk.
since I was
It's
17.
like a relapse if it happens, dude. I the past. Okay, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but you know me. Like I am super disciplined. Like I stick to my calendar. My calendar is full, and I do it every single day. I do everything I need to.
Yeah.
Super disciplined, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went to my dad's this weekend for a trip. Had a great weekend, and I just completely detach from everything when I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
So like my phone was on Do Not Disturb pretty much the whole time, and I like if I wanted to scroll on Instagram, I would scroll on Instagram. We were playing video games, and I was eating a bunch of crap and drinking and like all this stuff, right? And then I go home, and then I'm like, this past week has been hell, dude. It has been rough trying to get everything back on track and staying off my phone. And
Has it been rough because of like you've lost momentum, or is that
my
like what it is?
I think that the human body will revert to what is easiest. And when I
Yeah.
take vacation, I first of all I messed up my sleep schedule, which makes my willpower worse.
Yeah, you stayed up late, didn't you?
Yeah, but also I just like all the discipline that's in my body and there is definitely some stress and anxiety that goes along with it. It's also very calming and peaceful at the same time. But just letting that all go and then trying to like go back into everything and be disciplined. And I think that my body, like, in a way, wants to be scrolling on Instagram, watching YouTube, relaxing. And I have created such a lifestyle where that sort of living is not really existent.
Yeah.
And I think that my body like remembers a time when my life was like that and it was a much more calming and peaceful life.
Yeah.
But that type of life isn't going to produce the result that I want to
Yeah.
have happen.
Yeah.
So it's been tough but I've noticed that every time I go on vacation, I tend to have something similar to this. And what happens is I hit a moment where I like get so ashamed of myself that I like the next day I'm back in it. So it's like I slip, 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 and then I hit it like a point where I am so ashamed of myself, and then
No,
I go back up.
don't be ashamed of yourself.
Well, here's the thing. I think that long term, living how I'm living is not going to be beneficial, but I really, really need to do this for the next for my 20s. I just need to. Because the type of life that I want to provide produce for my future family is needs a lot of financial capital, and I need to be a strong person.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
And in fact, I did a video journal. I like to do those. I'll just like hit record on my phone and just talk.
Dang, my brother does the same thing, dude.
Dude,
I'm
we're the
telling you,
same
dude.
person,
When you
bro.
meet him, you'll
Dude,
be like,
dude, dude. You should see how many MGR trades I'm doing every day, dude. MGR up, left, right, AB start, bro. He'd be hitting those. I
oh
love seeing his story, bro. Let's show the audience and see if he has.
no.
What's his Instagram again?
I thought you followed him.
I do follow him.
You follow him?
Yeah, but I follow a lot of people. I
Hey,
don't know.
listen.
I'm gonna find this dude, bro. What's his name, bro?
His name's
Wait, no,
Sawyer.
Sawyer. Right.
Hmm.
Sawyer. Let's see what Sawyer's up to. I can't find it. Hold on. I'm just gonna look at our mutuals. I'm showing the audience, bro.
Well,
He doesn't follow you?
uh,
What?
who does he follow?
Either he doesn't follow you or you don't follow him.
I don't know if I follow his trading account. I don't know.
Dude. Oh well.
I definitely follow his main account though.
Well, he just posts. He's a stock trader. We'll just say he
Uh-huh.
trades stocks.
Yep.
He's a big stock guy. So he has a personal account.
Yeah. His bio says futures.
Futures. What a guy.
What a guy. Yeah,
Dude,
that
I
stuff
think
makes no sense to me. I'm not gonna lie. He's very intellectual person.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's something that we connect on is that we both are very deep thinkers.
Yeah. He likes to have a lot more of an understanding or a grip of things than I do before he like speaks on them or actually acts upon them, you know? He likes to be more sure of himself before he does something.
I think that's a blessing and a curse. Would you say that? Would you agree with
Yeah,
that?
yeah, but it's also like me, a little bit of a blessing and a curse to just like act upon things without really thinking about them much. Because I do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
There's a
Well,
balance.
we've been we've done this for an hour and a half now. Let's wrap it up. I gotta go pee, and I'm kind of tired now.
Okay. Yeah, I
I got a
gotta go
meal
to
prep.
work.
I got a meal prep, bro. I got all this. I got all these vegetables cut up. I got my chicken marinating, like I told you.
Oh yeah? And what?
Yeah. Soy sauce, ginger, garlic, onion powder, and a little bit of honey.
How's that Accutane going?
So, actually, fun fact, I had to. I don't know if I told you this, but I had to take like a week off.
Really?
Yeah, I was having some side effects. and it was from working out. Like, I can't really go to the gym and be on Accutane at the same time. Like, I
Yep.
can go to the gym,
Was
but I have
it
to,
was
like,
it joint
get
pain?
super light. I was getting really bad joint pain.
Oh my, dude, I had the same thing. My knees, dude. I was taking it during football, like
Oh, really?
freshman year of high school. Yeah, during football, and they would have us do squats with like the bar, and I literally couldn't do them. Like my
No
knees would
way.
give way every time. Even
Dude,
lightweight.
my problem is, like, my back, dude.
Oh,
Like, my
really?
back, oh my gosh.
Yeah, my knees would hurt really bad.
That's crazy. Well, that makes me feel better. Um, but yeah, so I took a week off, but I'm back on it, and they lowered my dose a little bit.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try to up my dose next time because, like, I now just know that I can't work out as much as I used to be able to.
Yeah, dude, that stuff will really mess with your body. I remember so many side effects.
Yeah.
I was on it for I think 6 months.
That's not bad though. I don't wanna be on it for that long, but I think, it'll probably be longer than that.
Yeah, a lot of people are on it for like a minimum of 6 months.
Yeah, yeah. It'll probably be, like, almost a year for me.
Yeah, I
Um,
stopped it early though. I stopped it like 2 weeks early because I just wanted to be done with it, and I kind of messed myself up because apparently, like, if you stop it early, even if it's 2 weeks, then it doesn't do all the work that it needs to do.
yeah,
I
all the
was
studies.
just I was so upset by all the side effects, dude. Like it was crazy. My knees would hurt. I even like felt like emotionally unstable because of it. Like
Really?
I felt like I got to the point where I was just like always angry at something, like, and I was just really I felt tired. I felt it was no fun, dude. It was no fun, and I still
Interesting.
have pimples. They're not nearly as bad, but like I had really bad like acne on my chest and my back. That's like where it mainly was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I I should I think I've been on it for, dude, probably 2, 3 months now,
Yeah.
and I'm starting to, like, I don't know, I haven't really seen any difference yet.
Hmm.
Um,
Well,
but
the thing is, it doesn't clear up until like the last month of you taking it
right.
because it'll actually like purge your skin, so it'll actually give you more acne before it starts to actually like close up your pores and make them smaller.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing more acne,
Yeah.
but yeah, well, I mean, I think it'll work, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Just stick
it
to it.
does work, it's been proven, yeah,
Because
so
if you do it and you don't follow through with it, then your acne is just gonna like probably get worse. Like to be honest.
yeah. No, it's gonna be so worth it. I'm excited for it to just not just I don't even care about the acne part, just acne in general. I'm just so done with it.
Yeah.
It's had such a big effect on my life. Honestly, like a lot of it is just time wise. Like I remember spending so much time on my skin, and it's gonna be great to just be able to like wash my face and do moisturizer and be done.
Mhm.
And I also think that business wise, it's gonna make my perception better.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, dude.
All right. Well, it was a good podcast. It's good to talk to you. Good to catch up.
Always good, man.
Um, do you
Great
want?
podcast.
Yeah, I know it was a good one. Do you want to do Saturdays instead of Sundays?
Is that better for you?
Yeah, probably. Like
Okay,
Saturdays around like 3.
let's do Saturdays.
Okay.
Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays both work for me. It's
Yeah.
interchangeable.
Sundays is kind of like a family day for me and Julia, so we try to hang out with our grandparents on Sundays.
All good, man.
All
Let's
right,
do.
bro. Good to see you. Until next
We gotta
time.
start it with the clap. We gotta end it with a
Yeah,
clap.
dude. It's in the audio file, so I know where to cut the audio. All
Dude,
right,
it was
bro.
good talking to you.
Well, good luck on real estate the next week. Let me know if there's any other developments. Next week, dude, I'm actually gonna probably write an outline for the next podcast, and we'll talk about some real estate stuff because I'm taking my test soon, and
Really?
that's gonna be important to talk about. Yeah, I'm taking my test in like 3 weeks. So
Well, it's probably good that we didn't talk about real estate this podcast because every single podcast before
yeah,
we talked about real estate for like half the time.
yeah. That's right.
Um, but yeah, that's another thing I thought of is like there are some questions that I want to ask some questions and have some written down before we
Yeah,
do this one.
yeah.
We're up in our production quality.
Oh yeah, dude. I think I also came up with a name for the podcast. Um, because I'm just gonna incorporate it into the branding of like everything that me and Julia are doing. Um, I don't know. Maybe you could be like a partner with like the program, but it's called Paris-Gainey Enterprises. And I don't know if you saw the logo that I
I saw
posted.
your logo. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're kind of like starting up this business, and so I think I'm just gonna call it the Paris-Gainey Podcast.
Do it, man.
And yeah, we'll just have you kind of like as a side piece and like a podcast employee.
I love it, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Well, cool.
Sweet.
I'm excited for next week, bro.
All right, bro. Have a good meal prep, bro.
Thanks. See ya.
All right, see ya.